While it's essential to approach relationships with an open mind and avoid overly generalizing, there are certain signs that might suggest someone may not be trustworthy. Remember, though, that these are just potential indicators and not definitive proof. People can display one or more of these behaviors for reasons unrelated to trustworthiness. Here are some signs to consider. Inconsistent stories. If someone often changes their story or the details don't align, it may be a sign that they're not being truthful. Hiding information. Deliberately withholding information, especially if it's relevant to the situation, can be a red flag. Avoiding eye contact. While some people are naturally shy, consistent avoidance of eye contact during serious conversations can be a sign of discomfort or deceit. Defensiveness. If someone often becomes defensive or overly sensitive to basic questions, they might be hiding something. Overpromising. People who constantly make big promises but rarely follow through may not be reliable. Gossiping. Someone who frequently talks about others behind their backs might do the same to you. History of deception. If you know they've lied or deceived others in the past, it's a clear warning sign. Secretive behavior. If someone is often secretive or evasive about their actions, they might not be trustworthy. Unreliable. Continuously breaking plans or not showing up when promised can indicate unreliability. Negative gut feeling. Sometimes, your intuition can be a valuable tool. If you constantly feel uneasy or suspicious around someone, consider why you feel that way. Lack of accountability. A person who never admits their mistakes and always blames others might not be trustworthy. Manipulative behavior. If someone frequently manipulates situations or people to their advantage, they may not have your best interests at heart. Isolating you from others. A person who tries to cut you off from friends, family, or other support systems might be trying to control or manipulate you. Gaslighting. This is when someone tries to make you doubt your own reality or memories. It's a form of manipulation and a significant red flag. Disregard for boundaries. If someone consistently oversteps or ignores your personal boundaries, it can be a sign that they don't respect or value you. Remember, it's crucial to consider the context and the person's overall behavior. Everyone can display one or more of these behaviors from time to time without being untrustworthy. If you're unsure about someone's trustworthiness, consider discussing your concerns with a trusted friend or counselor for a more balanced perspective. Vague answers. Consistently providing vague or evasive answers to direct questions can indicate they are hiding something. Overly flattering. While compliments are nice, be cautious of someone who constantly flatters you without genuine cause, as it can be a manipulation tactic. History of broken relationships. If someone has a pattern of falling out with friends, family, and partners without reasonable explanations, it might be a sign to be cautious. Unwarranted aggression. Outbursts of anger or aggression over minor issues can indicate deeper trust issues. Financial red flags. Borrowing money and not repaying it, being secretive about finances, or pushing you into financial decisions are warning signs. Breach of privacy. Going through your personal items, phone, or correspondence without permission is a significant boundary violation. Frequent disparaging remarks. Constantly putting others down, especially in an attempt to elevate themselves, can be a sign of insecurity and a lack of trustworthiness. Lack of empathy. An inability to empathize or understand others' feelings and needs can indicate a self-centered nature. Not respecting agreed-upon rules. In relationships or situations where certain rules or boundaries are set, consistently breaking them is a trust breach. Excuse-driven. If someone always has an excuse for their behavior or failures and never takes responsibility, they may not be reliable. Ignoring mutual agreements. Going back on established agreements or promises is a clear sign of unreliability. Using information against you. If someone uses the information you shared in confidence against you, especially in arguments, it's a severe breach of trust. Bad reputation. While it's essential to form your own judgments, if someone has a widely known reputation for deceit or unreliability, it's worth considering why. Avoidance. Consistently avoiding serious discussions or confrontations can mean they're avoiding accountability. Compulsive lying. Even about small, inconsequential matters, can be a significant warning sign. While these signs can serve as guidelines, it's crucial to analyze situations on a case-by-case basis. Remember, understanding someone's context, personal struggles, and history can provide more insight into their behavior. If you feel repeatedly uneasy or mistrustful, consider seeking advice from professionals or trusted individuals in your life. Absolutely. Here are even more signs to be aware of. Sudden changes in behavior. An unexpected and unexplained shift in their behavior or demeanor can be indicative of something amiss. Over-jealousy. Exhibiting extreme jealousy or possessiveness can indicate deeper trust issues on their part. Lack of transparency. Refusing to share details about certain aspects of their life can sometimes be a warning sign. Dismissing your feelings. Continually belittling or dismissing your emotions or concerns can indicate a lack of respect. A pattern of substance abuse. While many people struggle with addiction issues and deserve empathy and support, a continuous pattern of substance abuse can sometimes coincide with trust issues. Overly critical. Constant criticism, especially without constructive intent, can be a sign of deeper issues. Projection. Accusing you of behaviors that they themselves are exhibiting, like cheating or lying, is known as projection and can be a sign of guilt. Isolating behavior. If they frequently discourage or prevent you from spending time with others or engaging in personal interests, it can be manipulative. Passive aggressiveness. Instead of communicating openly, they might use passive-aggressive tactics, which can erode trust over time. Unwillingness to introduce to friends, family. If someone keeps you separate from other parts of their life, especially for a prolonged period, it may be a red flag. Tendency to shift blame. Always deflecting blame onto others and not acknowledging their part in a situation can be concerning. Lack of follow-through. Saying one thing and doing another regularly shows a lack of reliability. History of cheating. While people can change, a repeated history of infidelity in relationships may be a warning sign. Hesitation to make commitments. A continual reluctance to commit to plans or promises can indicate unreliability. Questionable online behavior. Being secretive about online activities, having hidden social media profiles, or engaging in suspicious online interactions can be warning signs. Frequent absences without explanation. Disappearing for prolonged periods without a plausible explanation can be concerning. History of criminal activity. Past behavior isn't always indicative of present character, but a history of deceitful or malicious criminal activity might be a red flag. Resorting to guilt tripping. Regularly making you feel guilty to manipulate situations in their favor. Avoiding difficult conversations. Evading or delaying essential discussions about issues or concerns in the relationship. Ignoring or avoiding boundaries. Even after being informed of certain boundaries, they continually disregard them. It's essential to approach these signs with nuance and understanding. Some people might exhibit these behaviors due to past traumas, mental health issues, or personal challenges. It's always best to communicate your concerns and seek understanding. If you feel the relationship is harmful or toxic, consider seeking advice or counseling. Making decisions for you. Acting as though they know what's best for you, without consulting or considering your feelings. Invalidating your experiences. Denying or minimizing your personal experiences or feelings, suggesting they're not valid or exaggerated. Always playing the victim. Painting themselves as the victim, even when they are at fault, can be a sign of manipulation. Requiring constant reassurance. While everyone needs reassurance sometimes, constantly seeking it without trusting your affirmations may indicate deeper issues. Engaging in sabotage. Actively undermining or sabotaging your efforts, be it in personal projects, relationships, or career. Frequently comparing to others. Regularly making comparisons to ex-partners or other acquaintances, often in a way that's meant to manipulate or make you feel insecure. Intentionally withholding affection. Using affection as a tool of manipulation, granting or withholding it to gain leverage. History of abusive behavior. Past patterns of physical, emotional, or verbal abuse should always be taken seriously. Overdependency. Being overly reliant on you for emotional, financial, or other forms of support to the point where it becomes unhealthy. Excessive secrecy. Keeping large parts of their life a mystery or being overly private about things that normally would be shared in close relationships. Using ultimatums regularly. Constantly using ultimatums as a way to control or manipulate situations. Inability to apologize. Rarely or never apologizing, even when clearly in the wrong. Spreading rumors. Engaging in spreading false or malicious information about others. Disrespect towards others. Regularly showing a lack of respect or contempt for others, especially those they perceive as inferior. A pattern of isolation. If they have a history of falling out with many people and isolating themselves, it might indicate unresolved issues. Selective memory. Conveniently forgetting promises, commitments, or important details regularly. Controlling behavior. Continuously wanting to control various aspects of your life, from what you wear to who you see. Disregard for others' time. Consistently being late, canceling plans last minute, or expecting others to adjust to their schedule without regard. Inability to accept feedback. Reacting negatively or dismissively to constructive criticism or feedback. Quick to judge. Forming opinions or judgments about others without sufficient information or being very close-minded. Keep in mind that while these behaviors may raise concerns, they do not necessarily label someone as untrustworthy outright. Personal growth, understanding, and open communication can address and resolve many of these issues. However, if you notice a pattern that makes you uncomfortable, it's essential to prioritize your well-being and consider seeking external advice or counseling.
Thank you for joining us in this captivating journey into the realm of the mind and its extraordinary capabilities. We hope you've enjoyed this exploration. If you're as fascinated by the magic of the mind as we are, and want to continue uncovering its mysteries, be sure to subscribe our channel here. Our next video promises to take you even deeper into the enchanting world of the mind. Be sure to click here. I'm Aileen, signing off. See you in the next video.